family. You don't know what hard times are, Daddy. You know it. Get ready. Woo! We are doing, and we're doing it better than anybody else alive.
Oh, your audio went out right when you started. Are you there?
Yeah.
Nat, go again. Start it over.
Oh,
your audio went out.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the No Shave Man Cave. I'm Ellie Jair.
I am Jay Tilley.
Woo! You know, my sound going in and out, kind of like, I don't know, like a wrestler on a contract in the ring. Now he's suspended. He spent 2 years and 2 days with AEW.
Insane.
And I think it's come to an end. What's going on, man? Not much to talk about, but we'll try and scratch something together.
yeah. It's been a slow week in wrestling. Yeah, I don't think it's a think he's gone. I'm pretty sure he's gone. I don't think there's a getting around it. Tony Khan put out the press release today that terminated with cause, and no more CM Punk on our airwaves. Man, it's
there you go.
Oh man, it's one of those things, right? Like we said it on our show on our channel. First of all, thanks everybody for joining us here on Fantasy Sports Core. We show up here on Saturdays and kind of do a rundown of the week, and then if there's a pay-per-view, we'll talk about it, which we will get to. Typically, we start WWE talk. However, the news just dropped about CM Punk, so that's why we're going to roll right into that. But yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like Tony Khan didn't have a choice, really. If you've got a guy who, so All Out last year was this huge pay-per-view, huge success that was going to be the thing of things, and it was great, and then he blows his spot up at the end with the brawl out and going off kilter and all the crap he said during the scrum. So you're thinking, all right, well, he won't do any more scrums. They bring him back after suspension, and he rolls right into All In, biggest show in wrestling history. History. And he goes and shows his ass again. Now, I'm not saying Jack Perry was innocent of it all. I'm not saying that he didn't contribute maybe to it. I don't know what the right word is, but you've got to wonder somewhere in there, like, okay, but he made a comment on air about it, but kind of like what I said earlier in the week, if you caught our other show, if you can't take everything so damn personal. And for Punk, and again, we don't know the true story yet, but for Punk to get that upset and to take it to a physical level is a problem. That's a guy who's got a problem. And I think he just forced Tony Khan's hand. I'm sure Tony Khan, being the Mark fan that he is for wrestling, it had to suck for Tony to do that.
Oh, yeah. Heartbreaking, I would imagine.
Yeah, but at the same time, like you said in his press statement, he's got to think about everybody else involved in the circle and in the company. And if it's making it a not safe work environment, I'm sorry, you've got to go. I mean, at some point, you got to make that decision. And it's a shame, but there it is. CM Punk officially terminated as of earlier today on, what is this, Saturday the 2nd of September. You think he'll go anywhere else, or you think he's done?
I would, if he can cash in quick, because the colds are hot, Impact, or I don't think New Japan would be able to really take advantage of that. Not sure what's going to happen with WWE. More breaking news recently was Shane McMahon informed the Endeavor TKO ownership group that he is coming back to the company. And then Triple H was like, all right, cool. You had me step down from the board of directors. Now I'm the vice president of creative and wrestler relations. And then he heard that. So now, who knows? There's this unspoken hiring freeze. So who knows? But if I were CM Punk, he wants to get paid. I'm sure he got paid pretty well. I can only imagine what the gate was for All In. And he's probably financially set from his years in the WWE. And, I would imagine he's made some pretty decent financial decisions. But if I were a wrestling company, I don't know that I would go near CM Punk. I
Yeah.
wouldn't jeopardize the flow of my company. So,
Yep. If we were to start up Veterans Championship Wrestling, I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know that I would hire him. Yes, he'd probably be a huge draw, but is it worth it? Like, it just
right.
seems like the toxicity in the locker room um, wouldn't be worth it. Now, I mean, I know he's a number one seller and he's a draw, but at some point, it's just not worth the money, right? It's got to be a business decision. And if you're causing fistfights backstage or you're making it uncomfortable for people to want to be there, you've got to cut losses. I don't know that he'll go to WWE, man. I was listening to Sean Ross Sapp earlier, and he was talking about that they don't want him in that locker either. Obviously, he and Triple H never got along.
Yeah.
However, Vince McMahon is in charge now, and Vince McMahon may go, "Hey, here is $200 million. Come do WrestleMania 40." And because I don't know what the termination with cause will mean. I don't know if he is obligated to not, like, does he still get his 90-day non-compete? Like, what all that is, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But he is
Wow.
officially out of AEW. So crazy.
Whew.
And I was
Man.
thinking, is Jack Perry to follow? But I don't think so. I think Jack
No.
Perry will get a suspension because it's his first time. So now you've kind of set the rules up. First time suspension, second time termination. So this is Punk's second time. So that's your termination. So crazy, man. Crazy.
Mm.
Uh, it leads into so many things too. Like this weekend now, we've got All Out, which he was supposed to headline. You've got Collision tonight in, a little over an hour, or a little under an hour. He was supposed to be on that. What are they going to do? And he was Collision, right? He was the main story thread for Collision with the real world's champion. Do they address it on Collision tonight and say, hey, due to his actions,
Oh
we've
my
let him
goodness. I
go?
didn't even think. Yeah. I didn't even think
And
about that.
hey, we're going to start a
Shit.
tournament for the real world's title. And then you strap up, Jay White and Bullet Club Gold is maybe running that show. Or do you just get rid of the soft brand split altogether and now you can do some more booking? My only problem is I don't want them to do that and then starting to feel like it's Rampage but it's too live. And then Warner Brothers has got to be kind of a little upset because they pushed to get Collision thinking they could put Punk on it and he would draw it. And what do you get, right? Like now he's left. So, and I'm not saying AEW doesn't have stars that can go in and take over and fill that gap. They absolutely could. You could absolutely put Moxley on Collision and make it a Moxley show, or make it a young talent show. Keep Ricky Starks, Powerhouse Hobbs, put Jack Perry over there, and make it your younger up and comers. Or you don't do the brand split. You kind of just let it go away, and you have it run like another show. And I don't know. Tony Khan's got some decisions to make now. It's going to be interesting. It's also very interesting. They did this today when they're doing Chicago tonight and Sunday. So
do people. So there's a bunch of CM Punk gear that AEW brought to town to sell tonight and tomorrow night at the pay-per-view. So are they going to have it out to sell it? And I mean, it's going to be worth 3 times the price of it. So you got like the money aspect of it. You bring up a good point about, you're in a workplace where, one of your fellow employees is, kind of sus. And you're like, well, I'm just not going to work there anymore. So now every wrestler that could have, would have, maybe should have gone to AEW, they're more apt to either go back to WWE or go to Impact or go the Indie God route. And Matt Cardona making a great living, making a great name for himself. And man, I'm just tripping right now because like you said, they're in Chicago. That place is going to boo. Like if Tony Khan comes on and says anything, gets on the mic, the Young Bucks are going to come out. They're going to get booed. They're going to think somehow,
Yep.
he's involved in it. You won't see Jack Perry for a little while, but next time Jack Perry is in Chicago, yowza, he's going to get burned to the ground. So, it's going to be a hot crowd. And, or shit, are you going to have a crowd? So last night, the recorded show, they were in a stadium that sat like 4,400 people.
Yeah.
Or they had 4,400 people in this arena. Like, how are you going to feel when you just wrestled in front of 81,000 people over in Europe to,
Yep.
it's like you go from headlining a studio tour to playing a birthday party in a garage. You're like, holy like what a huge difference. And, the crowd was so, and you could kind of tell the wrestlers weren't feeling the love. And that's, kind of the product that we got. And hopefully the pay-per-view is better. But yeah, man, it's crazy. And now what do you do with the storyline with Ricky Steamboat and Ricky Starks?
Yeah.
Do you
Do you
squash
have-
that, or
Does Steamboat bring somebody else in? Do we see,
Mhm.
Steamboat? I have no idea. It's going to be
Yeah.
interesting. I was trying to think if there's any hot free talents out there right now that you could say, all right, well, go pick up so-and-so and we can use them. But I can't think of anybody that's a big name right now that would be someone to grab. That would be an impact like CM Punk.
Yeah.
Possibly
The
Will
old-
Ospreay, but he's got 6 months.
Yeah.
So
Will Ospreay, he's on Impact
Yep.
this weekend, so he's in the mix over there on Impact. So he's getting used to coming, over to the U.S. to do shows. So that obviously is a good sign for AEW. And you've got Edge. You've got Edge out there.
yeah.
He's about done. Who does Edge bring with him? Is Beth Phoenix going to show up and, somehow, bring herself into a storyline on the women's side and play a big part in storytelling or, I don't know, but yeah, having Edge, that would fill a huge gap. Definitely a much more positive influence too for for what we got.
Well, yeah, and now you've got that as a something to push is okay, we got Edge, we can give you your own show. You want to work Saturday
Yep.
nights? This is yours. You can run with it Saturdays going forward. So, yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that one.
Yeah. Does he come in a heel because Christian's a heel, or does he come in and, and the character work of Christian right now is so money. But yeah, dude, I'm, oh man, that would be something. Edge, Christian, a lot of tag team action.
Mm-hmm.
And, Tony Khan loves him a battle royal or two. So I'm sure we'd see battle royals all the time. But yeah, I'm interested. This is super interesting. AEW, congratulations to all of you. 81,305 or whatever it was. Just awesome. Biggest show in wrestling history. Just should be super, super proud of themselves. Saraya is your new women's champion, and she's had controversy in the past. She was able to get past that, and now she's your AEW women's champion. That is going to be a blast storyline with Tony Storm. What's going to happen with Statlander? Where does Ruby Soho fit in all of this? Things are really moving along over there. And it's a great problem to have. You've got a fat roster, really good storylines going on right now, and the world is your oyster as far as wrestling, and almost like a boom era.
Yeah, definitely. speaking of Statlander and Ruby Soho, we've got those two on the match tomorrow night for All Out. What do you think of this card for All Out? So we can run down it real quick if you want. I'll just go through the whole thing.
Yeah.
We don't have to analyze every match. But you've got Luchasaurus versus Darby Allin, Miro versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Like I said, Statlander and Soho, Orange Cassidy and John Moxley. Okay, now that I'm reading this, I'm actually going, okay, actually, I think to be honest with you, going into it, I was like, I'm probably not going to buy it. But then you got Kenny Omega and Takeshita, the Bullet Club Gold versus the Young Bucks and FTR, Better Than You Baby versus the Dark Order. Whatever. That'll be a fun match.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe and Shane Taylor, and then Eddie Kingston and Shibata versus Claudio and Yuta. So, yeah, reading through that, originally I was like, I don't really know about this paper. Now I'm like, actually, there are more matches on this card that I'm dying to see that I didn't realize till I read through them. Luchasaurus and Darby Allin. Darby Allin's going to get thrown around that place and beat. Do you think he takes the title from Luchasaurus?
I think there's a good chance, and it would be hilarious because Christian is walking around, acting like a proud champion. So how does that whole thing play in? Darby is hurt. He said that his spine is jacked up, and we were sitting there when we were watching the show, and he did the coffin drop on top of the dude, on top of the coffin. Like a legit coffin drop. Just the way his head bounced, and so props to him for coming out. I think it's gonna be a really good match. It will be really, really close, but I think Christian gets himself involved and he retains his title. And is Sting gonna come out, or what is is this Darby's one and only shot? So now someone is going to come out for him to get into a feud with. I think what would be really cool is I'd like to see Tony Stark in a Ricky Stark in a, with a title.
Yeah.
So, he somehow could get himself involved in that, but he's a heel. So is Christian and Lucha. So does Lucha revert to being a good guy? Competes against Christian now, I don't know, but there's a lot to unpack with that one. That's gonna be fun. Darby boy, that dude. God bless him.
I don't know where to go with this. I want to say he's gonna win this and be the working champion, kind of like Orange Cassidy is with the international, whatever they're calling it, international champion. But I'm not sure. I could see Darby saying he's hurt and Luchasaurus taking advantage of that and continuing that story maybe. But I don't know. I'm going to go Darby. I think Darby gets it and takes the title, and it becomes the Collision title that's going to be, defended every day, all the time. And, yes, he's not CM Punk, but that's a guy that gets a lot of attention. His matches are great. He could be that guy to fill in there for a little bit until they smooth it all out.
Yeah.
And then, speaking of the international champion, you got Orange Cassidy and Moxley.
Man,
I think Cassidy wins this. I want to say he beats Moxley tonight or tomorrow night. I don't know why. I think it would be great to just see him beat Moxley clean in the middle. Be a big passing of the torch and definitely cement Orange Cassidy's place in the company. But after that promo he cut on Dynamite, I just I don't know. I think it's gonna be a hell of a match. I bet they both juice, and I'm surprised they didn't make it a street fight of some kind.
Yeah,
but it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a very emotional ride, and I want to say that I think Cassidy wins it in the end.
Wow. Do you think Cassidy wins it? So you could go two different directions. One, oh shit, CM Punk isn't there. We need a big name with a title. Moxley, tag you're in. Or that was the original plan all along. And like how you were saying, well, why don't we use Collision to focus on this huge roster, some of the younger talent, and let Orange Cassidy be the face of Collision? So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. I could see um Moxley winning and, really like solidifying that title. He's a multi-time AEW world champion. He's held titles in New Japan, WWE, CZW, GCW. I'm sure there's other organizations he's wrestled with, plus all the blood sport. That would be a champion. That would be the guy making the title, not the title making the guy. Whereas right now, I think Orange is both making the title and the title is making him.
But
So you're like, man,
well,
this is a tough one.
with all that being said, though, why not just have Orange beat him then? Like
Yeah,
you put Orange over, and now he is the guy who has beaten
yeah,
Moxley. And yes,
that's
Moxley
true.
has all this other stuff, but holy crap, he just got beat by Orange Cassidy, and now we've got Orange Cassidy coming up. I think out of all the matches I think he's had, this is the first one Orange Cassidy in his 28 title defenses that I'm actually kind of going, I'm not sure where this is going to go. I'm not 100% sure
Yeah.
that. Matter of fact, even the Penta match, I almost thought Penta was going to take that match, and we
Oh
were going
man,
to
that
get
was a
Penta
good
and
match too.
Mox. But yeah, so that's going to be a good one. We've also got another title match with the Chris Statlander versus Soho. I think it's Statlander all the way.
Yeah.
Be curious to see if we get some of the Outcast stuff. Yeah, I don't really got much to say about that one. I think it's just
Yeah.
I personally, I mean, I do got a lot to say. We could get on the whole book women better conversation, but I think it'll be good. I think they'll go out there and put on a good show. It probably goes in the death spot right before the main event or something like that. But just book women better.
Yeah.
Maybe we get Thunder Rosa come back tonight, challenge Chris Statlander. That'd be cool because I heard she's pretty close to being cleared. And
that would be a really good big name.
Yep.
To and that goes in line with what you just said. Now we can book, not now, but maybe now they'll book women better because you'll have Statlander. Maybe Jade comes back. I mean, she's very active with social media, and she doesn't need the money because she's done well in life. But huge roster. You've got Taya Valkyrie. You've got Statlander as your TBS champion. All the different angles you can go with. We are a team. We're not a team with the Outcast, the originals. I'm sure there's an angle you can play after the 4-way this weekend. And, very ironic that Saraya pinned Tony and not, her, Sheeta not getting pinned, or, yeah, it was super, super interesting. So there's a lot you can do. And I just, like you said, I really hope that they can get the programming together for the women's roster because it's awesome.
Man, just make Collision the women's show. Give them the whole show. Like, just put all the women on Collision and make it the women's show. Let's see how it does.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, I think it'd be great. Like, you get the women of wrestling and just, all right, it's your show. Let's go and book it and see what it does. I bet it would do better than people think it would. Like, I think people think
agree.
women wouldn't draw, but I bet those women would go out there, and if you gave them, all right, hey, even if you say, all right, for the next month, 4 shows, all women's wrestling on Collision, let's let them go. Give Thunder Rosa a pen, let her, do some writing.
Oh my God.
And just have at it. Have an enjoyable women's roster.
Yeah.
Because it is really interesting. I don't know what they're going to do with Collision now. Like, I want to run through this card, but I keep going, golly, what are they going to do with Punk now?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many storylines he was involved in. Obviously, they were leading up to the MJF and him eventually. So there's all these storylines he was getting ready to run into, and now that he's not. And, I know the guys on Dynamite were thinking, well, I don't have to work Saturdays because it's Punk show, so I don't have to worry. Well, now are they going to be upset because now they got to go out and work another show every time? Because, one of the things everybody talks about is how great the work-life balance is in AEW. They work, Wednesday through Friday, and then they're off, and they get to go home on the weekends. Well, now you're adding another show, more travel. So very, very interesting. I'm very curious to see how this is all going to shake out in the next month or so. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
Tony Khan will figure it out, but
And so he made this announcement like 7 hours ago, and he's got 36 minutes left to finish writing a card
yeah,
for Collision, the technically the go home show for their, I don't think they're going to call this their second biggest main, pay-per-view.
no,
But it's an important pay-per-view. It's in Chicago. Now, what's the relationship going to be with AEW in Chicago? Are they going to run the risk of having so many shows there and get booed out of the building every time? All right, well, I guess we'll go to Arthur Ashe. I guess we'll go,
yeah,
where's another place that treats them well? Barclays.
hmm
They draw really well in
over in
Barclays. So
California, yeah.
yeah. So
And now do you set
whew,
up for next year All In London and All Out in London? You set it up like a 2-day event like WrestleMania and do back to back in London, or
oh wow,
maybe you do All In Wimbledon and All Out in Craven Cottage or something. Split
yeah,
it weekend to weekend. So that's a good point because we talked about what doing it in the Chicago crowd. There's gonna be CM Punk chants all night long.
all night long.
And there's a very big possibility that this card for All Out and Collision tonight gets kind of hijacked by the fans chanting CM Punk. Although on the flip side, a lot of the things you see at the shows and stuff, CM Punk was a very decisive figure, and it was half and half. So it
Yeah,
might not be that bad. I think a lot of people, true AEW fans, I don't want to say it that way. That's not the right way to say it. Some AEW fans kind of had that feeling that he was not great for the locker room, I would think. And I'm thinking maybe they're thinking, okay, well, now that he's gone, maybe we'll be able to get our locker room back together and all that, because we didn't hear about all this drama before he came into the building. Even the stuff with Andrade and what was it, Sammy Guevara, they got into it. And there's all these other things, but that all came out after CM Punk joined them. Like before that, it seemed like a very good locker room.
yeah, a fun
And it's
place to be, and
yeah. And all accounts said that. And it's almost like he came in and started planting seeds in some of these, more experienced and elder wrestlers. And now that he started, yeah, he's right. I don't like this and I don't like that. So we'll see.
yeah,
And could be completely wrong. Maybe it's going to go the opposite way and everybody's going to hate it and all that. But it's going to be interesting in Chicago. That's for sure. Tony
yes,
Khan's got a big set on him to just make that announcement today and not wait till Monday.
oh man, yeah. Wait till Monday, let everything calm down.
Yep.
Let's get through the show, and then we'll let them know. Hey, you can just stay.
Yep.
You can
Although he
just
did
stay.
say he was he'd give it a week, and he gave it a week to the day. So he's a man of his word, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah,
True.
he should have been like, I'll give it a week and 2 days. so we can get out of Chicago without getting egged.
Yeah, let's go 8. We'll go 8 days. Let's,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
jeez.
A couple other like interesting matches on this card. Samoa Joe, Shane Taylor, and Miro and Powerhouse Hobbs. Gonna be interesting because they're both kind of big dudes slapping man meat. So where they stack them on the card is going to be important because I have a feeling they're kind of be the same style match.
Right.
But again, both matches that I think will be good. I'm not as familiar with Shane Taylor. I know a little bit of his stuff from Ring of Honor, but I mean, I can go look up some of his stuff, and what I have looked up, it's good, but I'm just very curious how that one's going to go.
Yeah.
Then you've got, I think, which could potentially be one of the stiffest. If they don't juice in this match, I'd be surprised. The Shibata and Kingston versus Claudio and Yuta. Whew.
Yeah.
Man, that Eddie Kingston, give Eddie Kingston Collision. Damn. That dude. Whew, I don't think he knows wrestling is scripted because golly, every time he cuts it, I really think he wants to kill Claudio. Like every time he goes after him, and I'm just like, man, calm down, Eddie. It's okay. But
yeah,
you don't hear about him in the backstage getting in fights. But
yeah,
I just that match is gonna be tight, and I think it'll be a good one. Then you got Better Than You, Bebe versus the Dark Order. Clear winners on that are going to be Adam Cole and MJF. My question is, does the Empire? Yeah.
Mhm.
Do they make their presence felt with, Grumpy Roderick Strong and the ex-girlfriend Roddy Strong shows up or what we got there. So hopefully we get a continuation of that storyline.
Yeah.
And then Omega and Takeshita. I cannot wait for that one. Whew.
Yeah,
Man.
that's gonna be. I'm interested to see what role Don Callis will play.
Yeah, me too.
But it's a card that.
Oh, I lost your audio. And you can't hear me either.
Above average wrestling fan, are you going to turn around and drop another $50?
Right.
So it's like, well, Bleacher Report, they'll release live updates, or I can go on, whatever.com, and I'll just, I'll just get the results because I just spent it. So this is really tough booking, tough time, the economy and price of gas and all this other stuff. It's a good card, and now you won't have Punk on it. So you're like, oh yeah, I was waiting until the last minute to buy it. And now you're like, oh shit, I'm maybe okay, cool. I already have all the food, but let's watch let's watch the last preseason football game. So
right.
I mean that'll be it'll be interesting. So
yeah, it's an interesting and I'd be curious what the numbers look like coming out of it. Do they get a good buy rate? I don't know. Like I said, I am hesitant. I'm still kind of like, do I really want? I just spent was it $60 last week? I'm like, do I really want to do it again? So
yeah,
I'm a little hesitant on myself. I probably will. Who am I kidding? I buy New Japan Pro Wrestling, when they have good cards. So
yeah,
I will absolutely probably buy it and all that. But we also have another pay-per-view this week, and we've got Payback tonight, right? Kickoff should be now. So let's go ahead and kick off our WWE our WWE discussion after we go ahead and give some love to Underdog, who's given us love. So we'll catch you guys on the flippity flip side.
Fantasy Sports Corp and Underdog Fantasy have teamed up to start your fantasy season off in the win column with Best Ball. What is Best Ball? It's quite simply the easiest way to win. No team management, no trades, no waivers. It's their biggest contest ever, and it has only gotten bigger. You simply have to sit and win. You don't even have to set your lineup. Always get your best score every week. Just enter a contest, draft your team, and Underdog will do the rest. What could make this even better? How about free money, up to $100 using our exclusive promo code? Go online now and use the promo code NOSHAVE to double your deposit up to $100. You tell them Gingerbread sent you. Good girl.
Good girl.
Good girl.
Yeah.
So
welcome back, man. Welcome back. I am jacked. I'm looking forward to pay-per-view because we will finally get the WWE World Heavyweight Championship to main event a pay-per-view. It's very significant. This is a new flourishing title held by your champion, Seth freaking Rollins, who's going to go one-on-one against this character of Shinsuke Nakamura. Sick. Just sick. I love the subtitles. I love, when he does speak English, it's so clear. And his little comments, watch your back. And oh man. So yeah, I got Seth winning. But hopefully this won't be the end of a storyline against Shinsuke. This I really like. I really like what the two of them are doing with their character work.
This is the Shinsuke when I heard he was coming from New Japan
to
WWE that I knew I was going to miss, and now he's back. So I'm like, all right. I would like to see Shinsuke win it. I think, like you said, the character work, the promo he cut, and everything he's doing right now, if they strapped him up, I don't think it would be a bad thing. Other than the politics backstage, maybe. But I think strap Shinsuke up, let him carry it for a few months and have Rollins win it back. Or if, like you said, we want to continue this feud. But this promo work he's doing and the video packages they're doing for him, I'm like, Where's this been the whole
Yeah.
time? Like, this is a Shinsuke Nakamura that I watched take on AJ Styles over in New Japan. Like,
Oh man. Yeah.
what are we doing? Like, why have we not done this till now? Other
Yeah.
than, you know, Papa Vince maybe being out. I don't know, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that match. I think it's going to be it ought to be a really good match. Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think Rollins takes it as much as I'd like to see Shinsuke take it, but I think
Yeah.
Rollins wins it.
And I think what would really work with this, like your school of thought, is Shinsuke wins it because he focused on the back, and Seth Rollins couldn't take it anymore. He goes away for a couple of months. Everybody falls back in love with him. This gives Cody a chance to sort of rise up a little bit higher on that roster, and not Cody go into a program with Shinsuke, because I don't want Cody holding
I wouldn't mind that though.
the world title. But that, yeah, I mean, that would be a lot of fun, and there's some cool parallel lives that they live. But yeah, so I think it'd be cool to see Shinsuke win it, but I think Seth leaves Pittsburgh your WWE World Heavyweight Champion, not the real World's Champion, but we've already talked about
He's
that.
no longer employed.
Yeah. Best wishes on your future endeavors, Phil. Good luck, and you and AJ, I hope, are happy doing stuff. She just left either WoW or Glow. She's doing all kinds of different business ventures. So
Cool.
good, good for her. So cool. So then next match is another championship match. Is Rhea Ripley, Bloody Ripley, against Raquel Rodriguez. There's no way on any earth, whether it be gods or green, that Rhea does not leave Pittsburgh.
Yeah. No way.
World champion. There's like none.
No way. No way. As much as I think the match will be good, and
yeah,
there's no way. What I want out of it though, even though we know there's no way, is I don't want it to be a squash.
Yeah.
I want it to be a very competitive match. Have Rhea go over, but you can continue the storyline even if you pull it to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And then, you could have Raquel win it at WrestleMania, but you build a good enough story on it. I think it'd be okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no way.
Yeah. Awesome. Another championship match again. We've got your unified tag team champions, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, against the boys from Judgment Day, Damian Priest, Mr. Money in the Bank, and Finn freaking Balor in a Steel City street fight. I think there's too much dissension between Finn and Priest. The briefcase will get involved, and you'll see Sami Zayn hit a haluva kick on Finn Balor, and he'll take a Stone Cold Stunner for good measure, and they'll leave the World Tag Team Champions.
What do you think? This JD McDonough stuff. Do you think? So I really am enjoying that aspect of the Judgment Day thing. That he's Finn Balor's friend, so he's helping Finn Balor, but at the same time, Damian Priest watches him, gets his ass kicked because he's not Judgment Day. Does he get involved? And maybe there's a hiccup there, or does he get involved and cost Sammy and KO? And you put the belts on Finn Balor and Damian Priest now, and JD McDonough has earned his way into the Judgment Day by helping them. So that's kind of where I was thinking, because I know they're both banged up. So maybe they're going to take some time off. I don't know, but that was my thought on this match.
One. That's a really good one. And the tag team, Finn and Damian carry the titles for a couple months. There's all kinds of dissension, and you could either they get into an argument and they're like, well, I'll defend the Raw Tag Team Championships, but not the SmackDown, or I'll blah, blah, blah. And that would be a way to break up the Tag Team Championships.
Yeah. So,
yeah, I mean, I think, man, that's a good spin with JD McDonough involved.
Or they win them, and instead of splitting the Tag Team Champions up, they come out with their own purple and black tag team title
Oh
belts.
my God.
And just one
Oh,
jump up a little
man.
there. But yeah, they could come out with their own Judgment Day title belts. Like you said, hold them for a few months, they drop them. Or you get some dissension between them down the road. But I think that would be a cool way to do it too.
That would be freaking awesome.
Because
Damn.
they're also starting to tease a little bit of the tension between KO and Sammy. Like there was a couple little things that you picked up on. I think it was Monday night where I'm like, and he looked at him funny, or there was just some miscommunication. So I don't think it's time to split those two yet, but this could be part of expanding that storyline and then getting the Judgment Day storyline going too.
Yeah. God, that'd be so good. Oh man. So we're going to continue on the championship gold rush. The United States champion Rey Mysterio puts the title up against your two-time former United States champion Austin Theory. Don't know if they've cooled their jets on Austin or what they're doing, but if that's the case, they just totally wasted the rub from John Cena at WrestleMania. I think Ray keeps the title. I think they're building to something with Dominic and Ray with title versus title, or mask versus title or something. So Dominic was on social media talking about how his championship is bigger.
Yeah.
Because it covers Canada and Mexico. You're just the United States.
Yep.
I was like, God damn. Oh, Dominic. Geez.
What a tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty much aligned with that. I'm not a big Austin Theory fan, so I did enjoy his work with it was Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. They did a tag match. I think it was on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I did watch more SmackDown than I remember, because I remember this. And I enjoyed those two together. I thought together, Grayson Waller has enough charisma to kind of prop up Austin Theory that does
Seriously.
it. So I wouldn't mind seeing Ray keep it. Austin goes in the dumps, and then maybe we get a tag run with those two working together for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, Waller, great character. He's going to be involved in a storyline from what I'm hearing and reading. Waller, Cena, and Cody Rhodes are going to be involved in a storyline coming up. So Cody is on tonight on the Waller effect during the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So I think that's when stuff will get kind of stirred up. So there's some extra. There's a bunch of other stuff that's scheduled with this card on top of the matches. So you'll have a bunch of backstage scenes, and then like we were just saying with the Waller effect. So
on that real quick, on the Waller effect, Cody, do you think they're not going to turn Cena heel and have him come out and interrupt Cody and start a program with Cody and Cena? Are they?
Man, I don't know. They turned Trish heel, and she's on this card too against Becky Lynch. So it wouldn't be, it wouldn't. Yeah, because they're, man, are they going to turn Cody? Yeah, they're not going to turn Cody right now.
Yeah.
Are there miscues? So they're sort of swerving us a little bit, and Cena ends up working with Waller for the next couple of months, because he'll be there for the next couple of months. They're going to India and doing some other stuff. And with the Hollywood strike, they've paused all of the movies that Cena's involved with. So he's like, well, I'm not doing anything. And,
a heel
Vinnie
run
Mac
for
said,
Cena.
Hey, here's $1 million. Yeah.
A heel run for Cena wouldn't be bad. And that's your next thing for Cody for a while. So Cody now has something to do for another few months before we get to WrestleMania time. And you've got Roman that's out anyway. You know what? I could go with a heel Cena or anti-heel Cena, however you want to call it.
Yeah.
And Cody, I think it'd be good. I think Cody'd show his ass up in the ring, but I think their promo battles would be fun for sure.
Yeah. It would be the thugonomic John Cena against the prim and proper Cody Rhodes, and you know, once the strike is done and Cena rolls out, yeah, and now you've got Cody has already gotten the rub from Lesnar, and he already sort of had the torch handed to him at WrestleMania with Cena last year, and getting a pretty decent win over Cena. This, you know, in a program, I think would do some wonders, and you know, it'd be some nice character work and some fun stuff for Cena to sink his teeth into.
Yep. Yeah, I that'd be interesting. That'd be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he on the
So
show?
you're damn right. So we have my guy, LA Knight, going against the Miz. And you know, when you look at who they are so freaking similar in how they like pander to the crowd, except LA Knight. And I don't know if LA Knight came on the scene and they were like, all right, you're going to be a heel. But he's such a, like you were saying, the anti-heel, that the crowd just fell in love with him.
Yeah.
And you know, we're not gonna have Triple H in a, you know, any kind of conflict like what Vince would do with Stone Cold. But I mean, to have a really cool corporate foil, I think would be an awesome thing. I don't know how we get that, because I don't want to see Shane on, you know, in front of the cameras anymore.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
he's been asked to leave a couple of times, so we don't need any more punkster action going on over there. So, but yeah, so that's the card, man. So we got LA Knight against the Miz. I think LA Knight gets the win. I don't know who's going to be showing up tonight. There was talks that there were some folks in town in Pittsburgh, and you know, this is where Kurt Angle is from, Corey Graves is from. There's some other Pittsburgh, you know, wrestlers that could make a showing. So we'll see what comes of it, man. I'm looking forward to it, though.
Yeah, I'll be watching it tonight for sure. That's the one thing. You know, if you've listened to us, you know I'm not as big of a WWE fan, but their PLEs, I enjoy them. They put on a good show. It tends to be let the wrestlers. So, but this one worries me a little bit just because there is so much other stuff going on. So I'm worried they're going to be like trying to cut some of the matches short. But I'll have it on. I'll definitely be watching it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So we've got, you know, unfortunately we lost Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda. Rest in peace, son. I hope all is well. You and Brody are now up on the gates waiting for, you know, all of us wrestling fans and your family to catch up. And then Terry Funk, the Funkster, just an absolute legend who was always an upstanding guy. Yeah, he was from a place called the Double Cross Ranch, but he was entertaining until the very end.
Yep.
And I'm, you know, just super, you know, really kind of hit the pause button whenever you see names of wrestlers that you just sort of reflect like, oh, damn. And then today, Jimmy Buffett passed away.
And Bob Barker a couple days ago.
Yeah, Bob Barker. Yeah. So
now, granted, Bob Barker was 99 years old. So
yeah,
that one was kind of like, whoa, I thought he died years ago.
Yeah.
Not that's a bad thing. But yeah, it's been a rough week. I woke up this morning to the Jimmy Buffett news and I was like, oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah,
and
he was getting ready to come. He was getting ready to come this way, and I was like, you know what? This is a bucket list. I want to go see Jimmy Buffett. I want to go. You know, there's some other artists I want to go see. And I saw that, and I was like, man, why do I always wait for stuff? I not only do I wait, but as you know, I'll leave places early because I don't like traffic. And anytime I leave, there's something magical that happens. So, I'm not missing out anymore. And yeah.
Man. WrestleMania, we are not leaving early.
Nope.
Yep.
Which
I am super excited about. for a couple reasons. One, WrestleMania. Two, it's WrestleMania 40. Like, that part hasn't really sunk in as much either. Like, you know how much they're gonna fanfare this and everything.
Yeah.
And right now the game plan is that you and I get there on, I think it's Thursday. And then we'll spend some time in Philly on Friday, maybe catch some shows that are around, hit WrestleMania Saturday, Sunday, and then fly out Monday to come back to Florida. Yeah. It's only a 2-hour flight. So
yeah,
I was like, oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, that'll be good. So. Straight shot from J Actionville. So yeah, man, it's gonna be awesome. And to other wrestling fans who have gone to WrestleManias or gone to other events, and you're like, man, I wish I would have known this or that.
Yep.
Whether it's about the city too, like if you're like, oh yeah, dude, don't use Visa in Philly, man. You only want to use Mastercard. Oh shit, really? Okay, cool. Or don't stay at this hotel or stay off of this street.
Don't go past 3rd Street. Yeah.
Yeah. Stay off of 3rd, son.
Fantasy Fest in the Keys is not about Dungeons and Dragons. For those of you that ever go to the Keys, Fantasy Fest is not a Dungeons and Dragons event.
Yeah.
But yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, yeah. I'm super psyched. We're gonna go. We're gonna, like, when we went to Forbidden Door in Chicago, we went and got Chicago dogs. We got deep dish pizza. Got
an awesome video of that. Oh wait, no, we didn't.
Oh yeah. We're gonna have to relive that one. But being in Philly, we're gonna have a Philly cheesesteak, and everybody says that this place or that place is the top, and we're gonna go hit a couple 3. Yeah. And we can judge for ourselves.
Yep.
So
sure.
Super excited about that. Like we've talked about quite a few times, the founding location of the Marine Corps at Ton Tavern. Now it's not quite what it once was, but it'll be better than Route 66 sign. So I'm looking forward.
I need to post that on our Twitter page one day about your disappointment. Amy was laughing. She's like, you're going to get to the Ton Tavern one, and he's going to probably have the same face. And she's like, you just need to build a collage books all the places you go and how disappointed Jared is to see things.
My little wet dog face.
We'll go to hey, I want to go see the southernmost point in Florida. And we'll go, and it's just that buoy. You're like, oh, that's it.
Oh. But hey, yeah. It's part of our wrestling road trip. It's what we do. It's part of the show, the story, the fandom of this fantastic art that we follow. Not only is it a choreographed gymnastic powerhouse collision of 2 or 4 or 8 or 30 human beings, it's so fucking cool. I love wrestling.
It's great, man. And it's funny. So we had our first troll on one of our videos recently, and I tend to ignore them or whatever, but I posted that one about if everybody around you's an asshole, then maybe you're the asshole.
Yeah.
So the guy trolled back and said something about well, maybe it's the asshole with all the collectibles around him. And to me, I'd laughed at it. So I thought, yeah, maybe, or living in his mother's basement alone or something like that. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I laughed it off because it made me laugh. And then he deleted the comment because I guess he felt bad about it. But I was like, oh, I want more trolls like that. That was fun.
Yeah.
Because totally doesn't affect me. Yes, I am surrounded by collectibles, and that's all right. I'm okay with that. Speaking of collectibles, you've got the international title coming your way. Is that what you said?
I do. Yes, sir. I stumbled upon the AEW international title. Super excited. That is supposed to get here on the 12th of September.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if I told you that. Actually, I think I did tell you. I inadvertently bought the IWGP Intercontinental title and the WWE Intercontinental title, both the white versions of
accidentally.
Them. Inadvertently. I am very bad on staying up and start shopping. And I just...
Especially if you got a gummy or two.
Oh, man. You didn't know. Yeah, so
what are these belts? Huh? I got 6. Hey, how do you think I got so many damn wrestling masks?
Yeah, sheesh. Yeah. So super excited. We got some friends of the show. We're working on getting involved. We have a amazing ambassador of the sport who we are working on getting involved with. We've got some other stuff going on behind the scenes. All the huge help from Fantasy Sports Corp. Looking forward to that flourishing.
Yep.
Man, we've got some other, what is it, the coals in the fire or whatever.
Yep. Some
But,
collaborations coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Can't stop, won't stop.
Nope. We're gonna probably have a 3-man booth every once in a while here coming up. With
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, so we'll announce that more when we get it all solidified. Potentially going to be on some other shows. So yeah, a lot of stuff coming down.
Heck yeah.
140,000 downloads later on our podcast. Now we just need everybody to start following us on YouTube. So that'd be much appreciated. But it's at that time of the show where I'll go ahead and plug all that stuff too. So thank you to everybody listening. Please like, subscribe, and share. Not only Fantasy Sports Core for the stuff they put out. It's not just wrestling. They talk football during the football season, hockey, golf, all kinds of MMA. They've got it all on their channel. Give them a follow if you are following us and just happen to stumble upon us. If you're on their channel and want to follow us, we're at No Shave Man Cave, wherever you get your socials at. So all of them, X, all that good stuff. Follow us on Rumble and YouTube. Like and subscribe there. We're getting a little better at YouTube. I learned how to do shorts now, so we got some shorts going up.
Heck yeah, man! Nice job.
Yeah, so I put 5 shorts out the other day. A couple of them got about 2,000 views. So I'm going to try to get the timing right so they hit the algorithm, because the others only have a couple hundred. So whenever those went out, they must have hit the algorithm right at the right time. So I've got to figure out that a little better. But I'll work on that. And yeah, so again, No Shave Man Cave, YouTube, and Rumble. Appreciate all the love. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Leave a comment, talk to us, let us know what you think. That helps trick the algorithm that we're good and you guys actually like us. So we appreciate it all. If you want to get in touch with us or got any questions or anything like that, noshavemancave@gmail.com is our emails. You can also hit us up on Twitter, DM us, and all that good stuff. And it's that time. Take us out, man.
Bump and feed, bump and feed. What a great week of professional wrestling. It started on Sunday with All In. We're going to tonight. That's going to cap us off with Payback and head into All Out. So, some great wrestling during the week as well. Impact, New Japan, Rev Pro did a really cool show. GCW put on a great show. So there is plenty of wrestling to catch. So keep doing it. And while you're catching your wrestling and you're trying to catch up on some news and chit chat, hit us up. Just like Jay Tilley said, the No Shave Man Cave. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, my friends, my fam, we love you. To the boys and girls in the military, in our armed forces, stay safe. Get your ass home. We need you. And until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you on the floor.